I have 2 assistant principals, one for senior school and one for middle school. That was new this year because in Australia middle schooling is only recent in Northern Territory. It's been going for 3 years now. There are some difficulties. With a small school like ours, we have 300 students, so the difficulty is people are still struggling to understand how to make middle school different.
So some teachers have to be in middle school and high school.
Soalnya dulu kalau sini sekolahnya cuma di sini di Mendidik sekolah SM dulu cuma dari 7 itu sudah semua sudah senior ya sudah SM.
Nah dulu SMP-nya di mana?
Berarti ya setelah SD langsung ya sudah high school.
So our biggest
So the last time after elementary school, the students went to high school.
yes, and they used to come in year 8, now they come in year 7 into a middle school.
Dulu mulai kelas 8, terus sekarang mulai kelas 7, terus 3 tahun kan ya 7, 8, 9, terus 10, 11, 12 kan SMA. Dulu kalau mungkin di SD sampai kelas 8, terus sudah setelah kelas
Encourage each other, so they want to start at school.
saya juga untuk itu untuk membantu anak tetap sekolah mereka banyak untuk kerjasama supaya anak-anak membantu sama-sama untuk tetap sekolah.
Did you have any questions before we go?
I would like to state that a bit
Indonesia in Australia, and because we're so close to Indonesia, it's very important.
And we have 430 something Indonesian teachers across Australia, but students are not taking up the language, and it's pressure on the curriculum, too much Asia literacy grant to try and support our access to Asian languages.
So the government is giving money to the schools to get them to learn an Asian language.
Pemerintah memberi uang ke sekolahan untuk belajar bahasa Asia.
Unfortunately, the Australian government
Enak tuh ya, dikasih uang untuk belajar bahasa lain.
I think they're happy for them.
Do you teach English in your school?
me and her.
Yeah. So
We are English teacher.
you're English
But
teacher. She's my business manager who looks after all the money and
Oh ya, iya,
come in. Up here for different special learning. They all have their own programs. We meet with their parents a lot to discuss their programs. Students with things like autism. Autism, yeah, you understand?
Yeah, I know.
Autism, ADHD, yeah.
They might not know some of those ones, but
ya,
we try and make it fairly
di
simple.
kelas ini ya, untuk spesial, ya kalau
Yang
mungkin membacanya kurang
kelainan.
ya.
Yes,
Yes.
curriculum.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'm so. Oh, welcome. Welcome.
Kita SLP juga ada autisme.
It's very nice for you to visit our school and yeah, it's lovely. Hello.
My boss.
Very nice to meet you. Hello. Nice to meet you too. Hello.
Tanya kurang atau
Only library.
ya.
Middle school, not as much as senior school.
For and sport.
Yeah.
For and sport.
4 different uniforms and sport. So
What about
different.
And we jumped Mount Bromo.
When
A long time ago, 1988, 89, when it was still safe.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. But it's always said.
Oh, good job.
I loved it.
It's more dangerous to go on the walkabout than it is to go to Java, so yeah.
No, I will go back there. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I want to see somewhere really different.
Yeah, I think so.
You're contemplating it.
Yeah, I don't want to work yet. Why are you guys there?
Well, what's from Java? And these switches are from the tenant, so we also go to Java.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
Exchange happening. Yeah, we're just starting. I did see that. Yeah, so
Before you came to
senior teacher.
What is it?
I teach year 11 and 12 psychology and year 9 English and year 8
Okay, so this is in a seal, the photo is in a seal. It's a primary school. The title is pretty up here. It's a photo. Who made the schools? Okay, so I'm just unknown photographer. So what's it what? This needs to be a 0.08. Does that need to be 0.8?
But in here, you want to learn something and then the government just give it to you. It's really good. All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, hope you have a good day.
All right, thank you.
I'm sure you can take you to show your smart board class.
I will be, yeah.
Actually, they're actually quite interesting that they were showing us before overhead projection in school and that sort of thing. So, as I was saying before, I think there's about 15 to 20 computers for each school out of the whole school, including administration. So, 1,000 students and they have 20 computers, including administration.
Okay.
Okay,
So we're very lucky.
Yes, that's
We've
right.
got one each, really.
That's probably all right though, Wendy.
Sometimes it's a curse, though.
I'm just trying to arrange something.
So would you like to come to the middle school?
Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you.
It's my day with this class. Yeah. Come and talk to them if you wish. So, our visitors might come and check out what you're doing. Yes, on camera. Nama saya Liam. Is it? That's right. So we were up to G'day, champion.
Morning.
Yeah, she was talking about it.
Yes. It wouldn't stop when David Brumby was a while ago in primary school. Like, we're going to primary school. I don't know we've had it in jump on! Well, same time. So probably Emily's was only 8 times.
Not two. Not two. You think your parents would be happy? No, exactly. So that's a moral value. They teens there we see as whatever was suggested. And then what else? See, what do you think? Your culture is restricted and say
You're like Indonesian.
So what would you be able to do? What would they expect that by your age right now you would know and they don't need to be with you making sure you're doing the right thing? Is there anything? Would they let you go downtown, for example, after school? Would they think that you could do that without getting yourself into trouble? Would you be allowed to go to a party on Saturday night by yourself? Lockie has in the novel, the girl takes him into her bedroom to chat after school and that sort of thing. Would your parents like that? If you had a friend, a group of friends over and some of them girls, would you be allowed to take them into your bedroom to sit and chat? No, I think some parents might be, with the 10 years, a bit iffy about that. What about you, Rachel? Your parents would be iffy?
As long as there's only another
Why? What are they worried about? What sort of stuff? Obviously, at your age, sex is a bit of an issue and you're starting to think about it. Parents would be a bit wary about you and sex. Why? Too young to handle it emotionally? What else? Sorry? Hormones can be out of control, perhaps not making decisions well. Absolutely, all the dangers with sex these days. The diseases, STDs, AIDS, pregnancy, yeah, it's quite dangerous.
Out of the way, so you go straight on.
And one senior school. We have one well-being senior.
What is it? That's a senior teacher.
Including the autism students.
7:30. I'll see if we can. Boys have got BMX tonight, but
On Thursday night?
BMX practice,
I see.
and then and I've got reports due tomorrow. But if I get it finished, I
Come on, Carter.
yeah. So just to watch and see.
I'm really sorry to interrupt Mr. Woodrow without any warning like that, but these visitors are from...
We've assembled some more 3-dotters. The idea is you've got to have 3 dots joined up, but you're not allowed to have any inside. So, for instance, I always find it difficult to do these things wrong, but if I try and make that a 3-dotter, 1, 2, 3. These guys tell me straight away that that's not right because they've got a dot in the middle there. So to change that into a proper an interesting 3-dotter, I could do that. And that actually, I'm not sure, is it the same as that or is it different to that?
Same.
And what we're leading into, especially the 3-dotters, it gives you an insight into the area of a triangle. And the others, there's a bit of algebra, there's quite a lot of algebra in this. You can work out the nth dotter, which is n minus 2 over 2. So that's, and it comes from a very old book. It's been around since 1975, I think is when I first came across this. Very old-fashioned stuff. Doesn't use computers, pencil and paper. Interesting stuff.
Roy.
they're at, and they get a sense of an area and of shifting things around. So we've had somebody drew that and somebody else has drawn that, and they didn't realise that they were exactly the same.
Well, that's for your forward.
Yes, that's very good.
Can improve our experience.
Yeah. So enjoy your time.
Okay, thank you.
Pleased to meet you. Thank.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah. Selamat pagi.
Kita pernah pilih itu Pak. Dalam pembelajaran itu kelasnya.
Come through.
Yes.
Got that ready? Ready?
Depends how far you went through with the rest of it. Okay.
You had no idea of the equation.
What's next step?
So soon we'll have electronic whiteboards and here a lot of science programs, very interactive. So you can guys see
Starfish.
Starfish.
We're showing starfish down the beach, but of course ours haven't got any
We
legs.
saw them at the beach.
It's easy to find these ones, but I've never seen these.
Oh, there's some. Yeah,
I've seen the
different
little
ones
ones.
on the beach.
It's very rare I've seen
I'm
them.
saying it's
No. I've got a marine aquarium at home, so I'm probably
have
using
you?
the marine side. Starfish.
Oh, starfish.
Starfish, yeah. This one? Okay.
alright.
Thanks.
We'll go out this way around the gym. Feels like everybody's run away today. We hire it out to community as well.
Oh, this is a badminton, football.
Badminton, volleyball.
Volleyball is very popular there. Soccer, volleyball, and martial arts is very popular sort of.
We have taekwondo, Jason does taekwondo.
I also teach taekwondo as well.
Oh, okay.
And also I do karate.
They come back tomorrow.
Community raised the money for Mendidik.
Alright, we'll go and have a look at the tech room and
Country.
Rice.
No, there is rice in chicken burger.
Rice is not common here, right? Thank you.
Do you have rice? We're having marinated chicken wings with rice at recess.
Complete chicken.
See you like the rice.
So we
Sweet and sour chicken and rice. Yeah.
there are some students that likes rice.
Yeah. Rice and noodles. Most of them. The older group, probably year 10 and upwards.
But do you eat rice every day?
No, probably 3 out of the 5 days.
This is what commonly eats in Australia.
What is common? Probably burgers. Yeah.
Not every day.
Roast.
2 days.
Just getting this beat ready, sorry. This is a bit just that slow to start with. We'll try and get there.
It's a music obligatory subject.
That's alright. You should do it like this. You should
What we call optional subject.
So let's try to do it on 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower, Chloe. One more time and we'll speed it up. Good. Now can I speed it up?
Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Come and sit. Can you sit?
Now is your keyboard turned all the way up? Is yours turned all the way up? Flat out and you flat out. You play this with the sesama chords or the pattern? Chords. Chloe. Play it loud, Chloe. 12-bar blues. Second time, I'll count you in. Okay, I'm going to come in. Up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready, Chloe?
Follow 4, 9. You've got the exciting stuff. We've got carpentry going here. Stage 1 carpentry. They're building a bedside cabinet using modern joinery methods. Not traditional joinery methods. Knock down things. Draw runners and things like this.
Keterampilan. Iya.
Keterampilan. Come in. So that's it. Now you come back on, put the back right here, and go there. Yeah, the back on that, straight to that on, straight to that. And that's it. They've done a traditional job. Go in the back, go and get one of the maxi racks we have, mate. One that's finished. Go in the back. If you want, you can join the last one. Alright. You read the bar? I have, yes. Yes, I like it. It's very similar to
This is engineering. We have the mining company here, so we train students in engineering for mining. So they do welding and the mining company gave us the machines.
Yeah. So the government prepared the student to work in the mining in the school. So there are the technology for the mining.
Yeah. So they learn here, then we get a work placement. So they do part school, part work as their course. So they're learning theory, practice, and then they go on the job and then get an apprenticeship.
So the student not only study in the lesson but only apply it.
Yes, yeah. Cool. And they learn computer technology for CAD, which is engineering drawing programs, carpentry building programs in that classroom.
The students.
Yeah, so graphic drawing, technic drawing. Hand up if you've been to Indonesia or Bali, same place. Yeah, quite a few people. So today we're very lucky for the next couple of days to have some visitors from Indonesia, from Makatan, East Java, and we have two school principals, Joko and Kano, who are principals of very big middle schools. One has 1,000 students, one has 750, I think. I thought it was 9, but it's 750 students, so much bigger than our school, twice, 3 times as big as our school. Not as big as our school in terms of area. 40 students in a class, not allowed any iPods or mobile phones. 15 computers in the whole school, and no great big sporting facilities like we have or big workshops. So I think we're pretty lucky, and they think we're pretty lucky. You also have to sit a test to get into a government school in Indonesia, and if you're not good enough, you have to go to a private school. So it's a bit the other way around in Australia. Now, Joko would like to actually speak to you, and he's going to speak in Indonesian, and Yami is going to, going to translate. So, here we go.
Thank you.
Watching it is. This year we're trying to get 60 people to join if we can, and there's an incentive in that there's an iPod screen to be drawn on the last day of school at the assembly. And to be in that, those that are interested have to fill in their forms and bring their money to the front office and have the form processed and faxed through to Darwin. The iPod Touch is quite a valuable one, around about $280 worth. That will buy something of a reasonable standard. The person standing beside me on my left is Miss Ellie Pettifor. She is a Duke's Development Officer from Darwin. And I'm going to hand over to Ellie now, and she will give you a rundown of what her role is in the scheme, and we'll ask you to listen with great attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. First of all, I'd just like to say that Don is a really great supporter of the program, and he's been a lot of help over about 25 or so years, I think he's been doing the program, and that's really great to know. I've had a chance to speak to most of you. Well, I'm not too sure how many of you. I've seen a lot of faces over the last 2 days. And I've had a chance to speak to you about what the Duke of Ed is all about. Now, the Duke of Ed, if I haven't spoken to you already, is a self-development program. Now, it's a program that you excel yourself in personally, and only you can push yourself, and what you put into it is what you get out of it. So I'm going to go into it into a little bit more detail. Basically, there's a bronze, silver and gold award level, and they have 4 sections: skill section, volunteering section, fitness section, and an adventurous journey. Within these sections, you choose your own activity. Perhaps for your fitness, you might be playing soccer, for example, already. You might even be swimming. These things can be counted towards your award. Once you've chosen what activities you want to do, it's as simple as logging it into a logbook. This logbook requires a commitment of about 1 hour per week, and it can be done over 6 months. Once you have completed this award, you then get an award certificate. If you go onto your silver, you'll get one of them. These award certificates are worth Year 11 and soon to be Year 12 subjects. So these are really, really good backup things to have. Basically, the bronze award level is worth 10 NTCET credits, which is worth 1 semester worth of a subject. And if you choose to go onto your silver, that's another 10 NTCET credit points. There's a few benefits of joining the program. You get a membership discount card. This gives you discounts at places all across the Northern Territory. You get covered by your insurance. Now, it's $50 to sign up, but that covers you until you're 25 with every activity you choose to do within your award. It's highly valued by employees and universities. We've had on some instances, we had this one girl who tried to get into accommodation in a university. The only reason she could get into that accommodation was because she had her Gold Duke of Edinburgh's award. Because it had the volunteering section and it showed that she was looking at doing things outside the box, she seemed like the perfect candidate to them. I'm also a Duke of Edinburgh's Award recipient. I'm a Gold awardee. I'm 19 years old and I'm a development at Darwin. I've had lots and lots of experiences within the program, and I've been doing it for about 5 years now. I have